Hi everyone, welcome to your holiday alchemy scope. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. So let's take a look at the macro cycle, the energy set, or the story that's imbuing the field for all of us at this time. The new moon in Sagittarius occurred on December 11th, and it occurred at 19 degrees Sagittarius. The Sabian symbol that is aligned with that degree point is, in an old-fashioned northern village, men cut the ice of a frozen pond for use during the summer. I love this symbol because for me what this is talking about is preparation. It's an optimistic view and a preparation for the future ahead, brighter days ahead. Now, if we move on to the Christmas full moon, I added that to this scope because I'm posting these late. It's a fascinating one. It's very appropriate for the astrological events that are aligned. A cat arguing with a mouse is going to be the Sabian symbol that is imbued at the full moon point of 3 degrees Cancer on Christmas Day. And interestingly, there is an opposition on Christmas Day between Mars in Libra, which is relationships, and Uranus in Aries, which is I, me, mine. So this is going to be an interesting dynamic between action of harmony in relationships and the sudden impetus for action of the self. And a lot of people are gathering with family over the course of this holiday season, and particularly on this day. So let's hold it all lightly and understand that there's a bigger cycle playing out, and there's a way to be responsible for our own thoughts and own actions as we navigate this dynamic, a cat arguing with a mouse Christmas Day. Sagittarius. So let's take a look at the microcycle for you over the course of this chapter of time. This is the energy set that is imbuing this period. To do that, I pulled the I Ching, and the I Ching hexagram that you received this cycle is number 1, creative power. The 2 trigrams that make up this hexagram are sky above, sky below. The air is ripe with imagination, inspiration, and energy. The dragon is an ancient symbol of an electrically charged, dynamic, arousing force that bodes well for creative initiative. If your goals are in alignment with the greater good, and you assert yourself in a positive way, your actions will meet with success. This is a good time to exercise leadership because you can be strong now. But be aware, success turns to failure when strength turns to arrogance. This hexagram is one of the most auspicious in the Book of Changes. In effect, whoever draws this hexagram is offered success by following the 6 stages of its lines. By being sensitive to conditions and doing things in optimal order, one develops greater influence. Time itself becomes the means to make real what is potent. Sagittarius, welcome to your holiday alchemy scope. So let's get started. I have already shuffled. I'm using my Siri deck again this month, and I'm going to pull a synchronic spread. And I'm going to do as I've done in the last couple months and pull a selection of Carolyn Miss Archetype cards and have you intuit which one is drawing you in the most, and that will be your growth edge during this time frame, the one that is most calling you to mature it. And then we'll go ahead and pull a beautiful Colette Baron Reid Enchanted Map card. That will serve as both thematic, it'll feed into the theme that's unfolding for you during this cycle, as well as the guidance. It's beautiful. Wonderful. So, Sag, let me go ahead and pull, and we'll see what's coming up. A note, Sagittarius, that I'm aware that the angle, that the light, a combination of the lighting and the angle is not ideal for you to see the cards. But I'm going to go ahead and lift them up so that you can see them and view them, as I always do. But I really wanted to have this holiday reading, I don't know, just be more atmospheric and more peaceful, beautiful. Gorgeous. So let's see what's going on. The central theme for you during this chapter, this is between the Sag new moon. So this is your new moon cycle. The Sag new moon that occurred December 11th up until the January 9th Capricorn new moon. The center theme during this holiday chapter is fear. And it's a little hard maybe to read it, but fear is the center kind of issue. It might have to do, Sagittarius, at least for some of you, with sexual desire. Like you're afraid you're having attraction come about, and you might have some fear coming up about a new attraction that you're developing. However, it could very well be for many of you out there that the wanting desire that is discussed here in this card that came up in the foundation sector is actually talking about what you want right now during this time in your life. What do you want to make manifest? Because there's movement. You know, it's almost like some of you are going to have a decision about whether or not to move, to relocate, and your thoughts are going to be on movement, whether it's changing jobs or moving house. But there's some significant change that's on your mind during this cycle. And fear is coming up for a lot of you about what do you want? You know, what is the real thread? What's the thing that's really calling you? I'm going to turn these cards around. These are not traditional reversals. These are just feeding the information in this particular sector. So there's a woman involved, a spiritual woman involved, that is involved with this particular, and it could be that for some of you the desire is for a woman. So for either women that are attracted to women or men that are attracted to women, it could be that there is some desire coming up for a woman. Or if this is a life path issue, it could be that there's a significant woman that comes forward. And it could be, by the way, a spiritual woman. So it could be somebody is coming up in your reality, your life experience at this time. A woman who is a divinator, somebody who is spiritually based. And you might have feelings for this woman. I mean, this did come up in the emotional sector. So it could be that you're developing feelings for this woman. And it could be, too, that you're wanting many things with this person. Meaning, maybe you're seeking her out for guidance or something like that. But you're imagining, or your deeper essence is actually desiring to experience many things with this person. Maybe developing a relationship, and you're thinking about maybe asking this person out on a date, or asking this person, you know, diving into the relationship a little bit more. But again, it does look like this is a woman of belief, of spiritual belief, because this came up in the spiritual sector. And it does look like she is a divinator, or she is in the spiritual arena. So, but you have some fear around it. For a lot of you out there, you have some fear around it. Now, for those of you where this is not an attraction, where this is kind of a life decision about movement or relocation or a job change, then this woman could be in a field that you're in that is instigating some change or shift for you. So she could be part of the story influencing this big change for you, an influencing factor. So Sag, let's go ahead and pull your other cards, because that's going to bring out additional information. What you want to do, though, during this cycle is actually really confront the fear that you have. See what that's about. What is the fear about? What is the fear about for you? Why are you afraid of making the wrong choice? In the long run, there really is never any wrong choice. The choice is the choice. And the choice always serves our soul, because we made it. We made the choice. So having fear around making a wrong choice it's a waste of your energy to do that. So if you have a fear about making some choice and moving away from your desire, that's really never the case, because you're always making a choice that's aligned with some deep desire. It could be an unconscious desire, but you're always matching a desire by the choices you make. So I don't know, just don't worry. If for some of you out there, if that's what's going on, you want to hold fear lightly. And for others of you where this is a relationship where you have some interest and you'd like to kind of dive deeper, and you're thinking about, you know, inquiring more with this woman, with this spiritual woman, you know, I would say really look at that. Really contemplate it. This could be a very interesting thing, because what I'm getting is that this could, whatever this move or shift in position and home, some major life change, whatever it is, it's juicy. And this could really benefit you, serve you in some longer term way. So face the fear. Face the fear. Confront it. Look at it. Get deep. Get real with yourself about it. Okay. So this is the Carolyn Miss Archetype cards. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up 3 cards for you, Sag. And I'm going to have you tune in and select one. And that will be the main growth edge. What wants to be evolved through you at this time, during this cycle, during this month. Here's first card. Here's your second card. Okay, Sag. So go ahead and start to really tune in and see where your eye is drawn, where you're pulled to. And in the meantime, I'm going to shuffle and pull your Colette Baron Reid Enchanted Map card. And this will again be kind of a combination of the theme for the month as well as guidance wrapped in it. So it's quite delicious, this deck. By the way, my new deck, The Way, is still in production, and it should be launched soon, most likely in January. So I'll keep you all posted on that. So let's see what wants to come for Sag. Dry desert. Dry desert. So let me read it here. And Sag, this is number 31. Number 31, dry desert. The interesting thing is number 31 in the I Ching is mutual attraction. So I'm just wanting to bring that up because I think that could be an attraction scenario that came up in the spread. So let's see. Okay, Sag. So for dry desert, the meaning of the card in general, and this came up upright for you, the meaning of the card in general is dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Upright. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort, you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water, essential for life, can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now. Find your truth there. Let Spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions won't be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answer deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is a most important place to find what's truly right for you. I have to say, this card for you feels quite aligned because I was just talking about diving deep and facing the fear. So drink this in because this will apply to at least a portion of you out there. So Sag, let's go ahead and pull your archetype card. Tune in, choose one. Now, if you've picked the far left, I love it. You know, Poet keeps coming up throughout 2015. Poet has come up again and again. Beautiful. So if you pulled this card, chose this card, this is about evolving out of turning a lyric gift to a negative or destructive effect and evolving it into expressing soul insights via symbolic language. Beautiful. Now, if you selected the center card, Sag, another one that's come up several times this year, Femme Fatale. Femme Fatale is wanting to be evolved. Now, this is about evolving out of inappropriate use of sensuality and attachment to money and power, and evolving it into highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine, opening your heart when your dependency is rejected. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the spread because if this is indeed referring to an attraction, and you have fear around the attraction, it could be that this is the basis of it, especially if you pick this card. So that highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine, opening your heart while your dependency is rejected. So you could have fear of being rejected for some of you out there. Okay, so interesting that. And then if you pick the far right card, Networker, this has also come up during this cycle for another sign. Networker. So if you selected this card, Sag, this is about evolving out of conveying information only for personal gain and spreading falsehoods and evolving it into enhancing unity through the sharing of information, engendering social awareness and empathy. Beautiful. All right, Sag. So let's move on to your Dakini and see what's coming up for you there. Sagittarius. So we come now to the final component of your alchemy scope, and I pull up the Dakini Goddess, and I do this to show us which embodiment, who are you to become this month to optimally flow with least effort and maximal bliss. You received a powerful one. You received number 29, Kali Ma. Kali transforms through the cremation fire and through her spiritual fire, which reveals the bindu, the seed of consciousness. A reminder that this is from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. So I'm going to read two things to you here from Penny Slinger. The first, Sagittarius, is the Dakini transmission, and the second is the affirmation. The transmission for Kali Ma is this: on the great night of dissolution, on the funeral pyre of all that is, I stand eternal as time beyond time. Sagittarius, the affirmation for Kali Ma for you is this: I am without fear. I burn through all illusion. With passionate intensity, I cut off my own ego with ruthless compassion. Kali Ma is power, and it's the power to be brave and to eliminate all that does not serve. So this is powerful for you this month, Sag. I'm wishing you a fabulous holiday season, one that allows you whatever you need in order to catapult you to your next level. There'll be more goodies coming from me soon, so take a look for those. And in the meantime, happy holidays, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.